What is up, gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Digimon Survive. We are now currently moving into chapter 4, part 4. It goes by part 4, but I'm just gonna keep calling it chapter. But yeah, if you didn't watch last episode, spoilers ahead, so warning now. Before we jump into that, do apologize for the fact it was so goddamn long. We're definitely not, next time I'm just gonna take my instincts and just end it if I think it's gonna go into something big. I should have done that. Man, in all fairness though, I thought it would make me talk to all of the people. It kind of stopped before I even talked to Kaido, so that's just the game being retarded. But anyway, that being said, this game took a real big turn. I was not expecting it to get like extremely dark. But yeah, Ryo, however you pronounce his name, got killed by the mist. His blood just went everywhere. I don't really care for Ryo. I don't know why I said Kaio. It's not Kaio Ren. Ryo, but I feel really bad for Kunimon, because Kunimon looked so sad when it was going, and then it just disappeared. What's even more putting salt to wounds, I was looking at all the ultimates or the super, whatever their like final forms are, because I want to see what everyone turned into. And turns out Kunimon is the one form that actually looks badass, and I'm never going to be able to get it because Kunimon's dead. I don't know if there was a way to save him or anything. I didn't even get to see Kunimon Digivolve, which is kind of tilting. I really want to see what it looked like, but yeah, it doesn't look like that was the case. I mean, now, I kind of wish Shuji would disappear. I want Shuji to die. I cannot stand him. He's just so annoying. But at the same time, I don't want him to die because I don't want poor little Lopmon to go as well. I mean, clearly if they die, Lopmon's gonna go. And I mean, Lopmon's already sad as it is. I couldn't see my little critter, big ear friend disappear. But yeah, seeing how dark this game got, I guess no one's safe. Anyone could die. But we're gonna jump straight into it. We are, once again, doing one of these free time kind of things. We'll just talk to everyone. I skipped it last time just to trim it down a little bit, but I mean, we're not going to have this one anywhere near as long as last episode. We'll at least try and aim for like an hour, so we'll at least get through these and at least have some story. Anyway, Takuma, last night was awful, wasn't it? Yeah. First the professor, and now Ryo. Actually, I wonder if the professor... Because I was thinking, I wasn't expecting it to go extremely dark, so I thought maybe the professors live somehow, but now that I know that they are willing to kill people off, the professor could be dead, but at the same time, I still stand by my theory that it was maybe like an act. I mean, we saw Ryo obsessed with Spider Lady being his mummy. Maybe he is also a shapeshifter. He brought them all here as a sacrifice, and he faked his death, so now he doesn't have to keep playing the role. Now he can go back to being his real self. I still think he's like the main villain. I could be wrong. It's a stretch for sure. But after knowing how dark this game gets, it really does not surprise me. But anyway, we've faced lots of dangers since we came to this world, but for people to actually die, I'm reminded once again how much more dangerous this place is than I thought. How are we supposed to get out of here? How are we supposed to survive? Kuma, are you alright? What? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't go get so down after how you cheered me up last night. That's okay. I'm still a little surprised myself. Surprised? About what? About Ryo. I still can't believe what happened to that human child. If that had happened to you, Takuma, I don't know what I would have done. Yeah, same here. After all, it wasn't just Ryo who disappeared. Kunimon went with him. I feel bad for Kunimon too. Ryo never seemed to understand what Kunimon was thinking, but I know Kunimon was concerned for Ryo. Why did it have to end like that? Now Kunimon doesn't even have Ryo. I don't even think I think Kunimon like disappeared into particles. I don't even think Kunimon's alive at this point. The human children are special to Agumon, and the others somehow right. But even so, the thought of disappearing must be terrifying even to them. So it makes sense that Agumon would be upset by what happened to Ryu and Kunimon. Well, I'm not going to abandon you, Agumon. Takuma. What a nice thing to say. Looks like this time it was your turn to cheer me up. Thanks to you, I feel a lot better. Well, I'm glad I could at least cheer you up. I'm pretty sure everyone else is still upset. And I'll just have to fix that. Oh, how? Well, I'm not sure. Is there anything you think I could do? What might Agumon be able to do to cheer people up? Maybe if he wants to talk without everyone, like we're doing right now, that might help make things easier to deal with. Then again, I'm sure they're all in pain. Maybe they'd probably be they'd prefer to be left alone. One sec. Oh my god, my bad. I was having a sneeze attack. I'm not sure. Well, actually, before we jump on to anything, I want to apologize for the fact there wasn't a Xenoblade episode yesterday. I actually had it recorded. Just my luck. I mean, you know, OBS always fucks me around. Yeah, Sony Vegas also fucked me around. Took like 2.5 hours to render, and literally just when it was like within like a minute to finish, the program crashed. So I had to re-render it, which took another. By then it was already past. It was already past 12, so I just thought I'd leave it for today. But I did actually have one recorded yesterday. I just couldn't get it up. Anyway, give people some space. Talk with people. I honestly can't say. We can try and talk to them. You know, Agumon, you're a surprisingly good listener. Maybe we could talk to everyone. Or maybe you could talk to everyone. Oh yeah? But I think they probably all had a conversation like we just did already. Mino has Falcomon, Aoi has Labramon, and the same goes for everybody else. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Although, I'm a little worried about Shuji and Lotmon. I hope he dies. If anyone can die, I hope he's next. God forbid I hate him. I cannot stand him. Hey, how about this? Why not do something for the others you'd like them to do for you? Oh, good thinking. That gives me an idea. I should go look around that one spot. Huh? Sounds like he's muttering to himself about something. Be right back, Takuma. Wait, where are you going? Don't let him off by himself. Don't worry about it. Bye. Oh, I just smacked my... Well, if you say so. But be back in the cafeteria by noon, okay? Otherwise, Kaido might go off looking for Miu on his own. Got it. Question, does that count as one of the... It does not. Okay, well... I guess that's a thing. Agumon, where did he go, I wonder? Probably nowhere good. I feel like there is something... Oh, great. More dirty food lying around, probably. I feel sorry for Bolo Lotmon. What's this? Yep. The apple. The apple. I can't even talk to Lotmon. Great, I'm stuck talking to this idiot. Can you talk to him? God damn, the mouse doesn't want to... the controller just doesn't want... This is all my fault. If only I'd been able to keep it together. Or maybe all you dumbasses shouldn't have followed the spider bitch. If you all just listened to Kaido, we could have avoided going with her and it wouldn't lead to the events. Shuji, what? Oh, Takuma, sorry, I was just talking to myself. No, I feel like I should be the one to apologize. I didn't mean to scare you. How are you doing? Shuji, you look like you're in so much pain all of the time. I'm worried about you. Shut up, what do you know? Please kill him. Let Lotmon come to my side and we can kill him off. We can keep Lotmon if he dies. Not only was I thrown into some strange new world, I watched someone die in front of me. I'm sorry, I only meant this is exactly the kind of thing the professor trusted me to keep from happening. If I'd had my act together, Ryu would still be here. I've completely failed the professor. Shuji, I can see why you're feeling that way, but you shouldn't blame yourself. What happened to the two of them wasn't your fault. See, we didn't actually see the professor die. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, he fell from a dam, but he could have... I'm pretty sure the fog came up. I mean, he's probably the one controlling the fog, for all we know. No, it is my fault. I'm the oldest and the one who's supposed to be the leader, and yet you're still acting like a fucking 5-year-old, so shut up and die already. I don't like him. I hate seeing him on my screen. I cannot stand him. It was my job to keep everyone safe. How am I supposed to apologize to Ryu's parents? I mean, we're never getting back. We're stuck here now. And we really feel like he's responsible for what happened. Or he really feels like. But that's not like he's solely to blame for it. None of it was his fault. Think of that later. I'll apologize. Is this to his parents? Well, I'm not sure what you should say, but I'll be there to apologize with you. After all, when it comes to what happens with Ryu, my brain is just malfunctioning as always. I'm at least as responsible as you are. No, don't get hearts with me. Thanks, but you shouldn't have to feel that way. I really am a terrible leader, aren't I? Yes. No, you're not. You're being the best you can, and I think that's what counts. Well, who asked you? Okay. Stop being the negative Nancy, Karen. Alright, his name's now Karen. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, sorry, but would you mind giving me a little more time on my own? Are you sure? Yeah, I could use some time to think. Alright, I'm changing his name to Karen from now on. Fuck it. Karen's not taking it this well, and his own strong sense of responsibility isn't helping. Maybe it's best if I just leave him alone for a while. Thank God, and get away from him. Negative Nancy isn't fun to talk to. Where'd Lotmon run off to? Lotmon's off exploring, I guess. Guess Agumon isn't here. But Blackbird, does he still say the same thing? Ain't sure. How many things can we... Okay, there's only 2 people we can talk to in here. I couldn't stop them. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done. But I could tell I knew there was something wrong with Ryu. I don't know. I change his name every time I read it, I'm pretty sure. But why couldn't I help him? Sounds like Aoi is blaming herself. Yeah, you know how serious she takes things. She regrets not doing more. She's been crying all morning. It's been hard to watch. She feels guilty about what happened to Rio. Probably because she's so responsible. I think Labramon's probably right that there was nothing she could have done. But I can also understand how Aoi could feel regret at not being able to do more. It was inevitable. We're all responsible. Go with this. It wasn't just you, Aoi. We all could have done more to help support Ryu. You know what? Yeah, that's his name from now on. I'm going to keep calling him Ryu, so that's what it is. I mean, I wouldn't do anything else either. Kuma. Yeah, I think maybe you're right. After all, even I didn't realize Ryu was that far gone. So there's no reason for that to take all the blame. So there's no reason for you to take all the blame, anyway. Takuma, Saki. Hey, please stop crying like that. It's just you're both being so thoughtful while I've only been thinking about myself. Please, Aoi, cheer up. I'm the worst. What should I do? I don't know how to comfort her. If I can't get if I can't get everyone to the cafeteria soon, Kaido could go off on his own. Man, I don't know what to do. Some good you are at making people feel better. Aoi still won't stop crying. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't think of the right thing to say. Well, I doubt there's anything you could say that'd get through to her right now. What makes you say that? Because I don't think Aoi is looking for someone to say the right thing. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Is this a girl thing, or is Saki speaking from her own experience? Either way, Saki sure does show a lot of consideration for someone so free-spirited. You're so considerate? You really get girls? We'll go with this. Didn't think you cared what other people thought. but you sure pay close attention. You think so? I feel like this is pretty normal. I don't know. Look at how you're thinking of Aoi, even after everything that happened. Yeah, he's right. Maybe it's just when I see someone who's sad, it helps me realize I need to stay calm. You say so. Anyway, I'll stay here with Aoi. Let me handle this. Labramon and I, will be here too. Okay. It's alright, Aoi. Try those tears. It wasn't your fault, Aoi. You didn't do anything wrong. But there was nothing anyone could have done back there. I wanted to help too, but we all did. It's nice that the girls can comfort each other like this. I'm really glad Saki is here right now. This one we can count as well. We got 8. At least it's one less than last time. One night just isn't enough to put something like that behind you, is it? Yeah, still pretty upset about the whole thing too. I mean, is it really going to make a difference with him dead? Like, okay, I like Ryu better than I like Shuji. I could actually stand Ryu. He was funny. He was a dumbass, but it was funny. But he didn't really help with anything, honestly. He spent the whole time chilling in the classroom because he was too bitch to go outside. We all watched as one of us disappeared. The shock of that moment was unbelievable. Ryu was a pretty twisted guy. He was also really grumpy, insulting, and uncooperative. Yep, but that doesn't make it okay that he's gone. Besides, I knew what his real problem was. He never knew how to express himself. I mean, he had a pretty good chance of doing that. Anyway, I guess that side of him kinda reminded me of myself. That's why I stuck by him. I never understand why Saki, who's so cheerful and outgoing, was always with Ryu. But I think I get it now. She must have felt like they were two sides of the same coin. Not that I could ever see it. He was always so lonely. That's why he acted the way he did. That's right. People can be like that, can't they? You could see it too, Floramon? No, not at all. What? But I know that you're really nice, Saki. I know that better than anyone. Nice, huh? Is that what you think, too, Takuma? Saki seems nice enough to me, but she can be pretty blunt sometimes. Besides, I feel like I still don't know her all that well. Couldn't say. I think you're blunt. We'll go with nice. I feel like she won't take it nice if I say blunt. Yeah, I'm sure you're nice enough. Hey, what kind of non-answer is that? I'll have you know that Saki's very nice. Oh sure, but I don't know. I feel like there's more to it than that. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Well, I'm not sure how best to say it. Like, you clearly understand Ryu very well. It's like you said before, you may not come out and say it, but you care about people. Huh? So that's how you feel about me? I'm kinda happy about that. Thanks, Takuma. What? Oh, sure. Oh, Takuma, your face, it's oh my god. I'm malfunctioning. Horribly. Your face is turning red. You feeling shy, maybe a little nervous? No, why would I be nervous? You know, I think talking to you helped make me feel a little better. Thanks, Takuma. I don't think there's anyone else in here I can talk to, right? Nope. No one's in the music room. Oh, there's Lopmon. Lopmon's just chilling in the toilet for some reason. Yes, Agumon is in here. Poor little Lopmon. See, this is the only reason why I want Shuji to live. Because I don't want Lopmon to go anywhere, but I can't stand Shuji. I'm voting. If anyone goes, it's him. If it's Mino or someone, I'm gonna be sad. I like Hawkmon. If it's Aoi, I'll also be. I don't know. Anyone, literally, anyone. I feel like Kaito could die. Just because he seems to be the most reckless one out of everyone. Who knows? Anyway, hey Lopmon, you're on your own? Shuji told me to get lost. Oh, sounds like you've got things pretty rough too. I only ever seem to get in Shuji's way. Yeah, it seems like Shuji still hasn't really accepted Lopmon. Hope Shuji starts to open up to you soon. Me too. I'll keep trying to find a way to make it so we can get along like you and Agumon. Sounds good. I'll be rooting for you. Oh, but that reminds me, Agumon went off somewhere earlier, and he hasn't come back. Do you know where he went? I'm pretty sure Agumon was headed to the shrine. The shrine? Why would he go there? I'm not sure. I wonder if it's got something to do with what he was muttering to himself about. Look how adorable he is! Blumon's my little child. See, if I had to pick anyone not to go, it would be... I like Mino and Falcomon. I don't want either of them to go, but no. Again, anyone... Imagine if Takuma went too. But no, Takuma's like the main character. I doubt he would ever die. Yes, Agumon isn't here. Well, yeah, he said he went to the shrine. Oh, hey Takuma, what's up? I'm going around checking in on people since nobody came to the cafeteria this morning. Pada's pretty worked up. He's talking about going to look for Mio on his own. I see, then it sounds like this is no time for us to remain idle. Wait, aren't we in the cafeteria? Yeah, Kada can get pretty fixated on things, can't he? Especially when they involve his sister. Yeah, who'd have thought a tough guy like him would have such a soft spot for his sister? Well, this is a nice surprise. It seems like Mino holding up better than I thought. By the way, Takuma, what sort of comics do you like? What? Where's this coming from? I do not believe now is an appropriate time for such conversations. Oh, come on, relax. Besides, there's some things I want to ask because of this situation. I don't really get why he's asking me this, but let me see. I'm not exactly big into comics, mostly just your typical hero stuff. I do enjoy the occasional romantic comedy too, but I bet Mino teased me about that. Tease me about that. I'm not telling. These comics he likes? Oh, these. Well, I'll read anything if I think it's interesting, but I'm mostly into superheroes. Yeah, I knew it. Superhero comics are the best, right? When we make it back to our world, I've got tons of recommendations for you. So I've got some favorites. Favorites I've been reading forever. I can never wait for the next issue. There we go. Finally reached it. Man, I can't wait to find out what happens next. Is it just me, or does Mino seem like he's acting a little forced? Anyway, the hero is just the coolest. Like, of all the heroes I know, not even close. When I read it, I think about how I want to be like that. I'm not even joking. Mino, please. Oh, right. You don't really know what we're talking about, do you, Falcomon? Sorry. Man, if only there were comics in this world, too. Ain't that a shame? Do not push yourself so hard, Mino. What? What do you mean? It is plain to see your heart is not truly in this conversation. No way, don't be ridiculous. Thought so, he's just putting on an act. Mino, you seem pretty down. Guess I couldn't fool you, but you know. It's not just me, it's everyone. Everyone's in a bad mood after Ryu's disappearance yesterday, and I guess Mino is no exception. Why couldn't I do anything? It's not like Ryu and I ever get along all that well. He was kind of a loser, really. But I'm still not thrilled that he's gone. Mino, calm down. And it sucks because I knew he was struggling. He had been since we came here. Why did I just keep ignoring him right up to the end? Yeah, I've been asking myself that too. And I didn't just ignore him. I kept teasing and insulting him even though he was older. I'm the worst. It wasn't your fault, Mino. You shouldn't blame yourself so much. You have to try and comfort me. I know what I did was awful. I don't think I ever treated Ryu right. Yeah, he didn't deserve to be treated right, honestly. He was an idiot. It's hard to believe Mino could get this depressed. It's so different from usual. I guess, in his own way, he's been thinking a lot about Ryu. Pokemon, I think we should give Mino some space right now. I concur. Yeah, I believe as long as Mino can reflect on his actions in this way, his heart is in the right place. Oh, I can talk to, Just seeing if there's anything here to pick up. Usually there's like something hovering around here. So, some fruit of the cart. Alright, we'll just talk to Falcomon then. Just got 5 more people to talk to. Oh, Takuma, perfect timing. Is something wrong, Falcomon? It's about Kunimon. As you know, he was unable to communicate with you humans. Yeah, apparently he had a hard time communicating properly. If Kunimon had been more concerned with this, if he had gotten through to Ryu, I believe things may not have turned out the way they did. Yeah, I think you're probably right. And yet Kunimon tried his best in his own way. He thought to communicate using actions, not words. He did? Yes, Kunimon made a piece of equipment for Ryu. This is the result. Huh? What is that? Tell me truthfully, what do you think of this equipment? What do I think of it? I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Still, I'm sure Kunimon worked very hard making it for Ryu. I'd like to tell Falcomon he did a good job, but Falcomon did ask for an honest opinion. It's really made well. It is. This is terrible. Let's be nice for Kunimon's sake. I did like Kunimon, even though he didn't speak. But he did turn to a bat. He got like Boncho Stingmon or whatever it is, which looks absolutely insane. And the fact I can't play it, because I tried looking it up if I could catch another Kunimon. No, it looks like I can't. So I don't know why he has the last form and I can never even Digivolve him. Unless there was a way I could have saved him, maybe I stuffed up somewhere. I don't know. It is story driven after all. It's really well made. I'm sure Ryu would have been thrilled to have it. Do you truly think so? Well, Ryu was pretty mean to Kunimon, and he wasn't the most straightforward guy. But if they'd spent more time together, I'm sure they'd have gotten along eventually. I see, Kunimon would no doubt be pleased. Thank you, Takuma. You may take it if it is yours. Imagine my own words, I think, to land. What, are you sure? It was only ever meant as a prototype, and I have no use for such a thing. An anti-paralysis crystal. I'm sorry to trouble you with this, Takuma. Alright, well, we've got 5 more people to talk to, but slowly. Also, I want to just put this out too. I probably should have talked about it at the start. The kids, Haku and whatever the 2 little ghost kids. I was thinking about it after recording it. Obviously, those hands that reached out and grabbed Ryu, they killed him. They grabbed the Miyuki or whatever her name is at the start, which means obviously she got killed as well. So she's obviously a spirit, and I'm guessing obviously the kid's a spirit too. But one thing I'm thinking about this is, I don't know if it was just the way it was portrayed during the game, but it really looked like Haku or whatever his name is pushed Ryu off the bridge. And when they got down there, he was talking to Ryu like, no one cares about you, so on, so on, so on. Like, he was just being straight blunt. I think Ryu is I think the little kid might be a spy for whoever's evil here. I don't know, I feel like he was the one, because it seemed like he was trying to, like, as I said, like, I don't know if it's just the way it was framed on the game, but it looked like he was pushed off. If he was pushed off, the way he was talking to him looks like he's trying to split them up. Because they did say that someone made a sacrifice, but it wasn't Spider, which makes me think that he's kind of in there as like a spy kind of thing, splitting them off, sacrificing them, and moving on. If that makes sense, if you guys get where I'm coming from. And I know it's a stretch, but it really does seem kind of like that. Like, I was thinking to myself that like, if you really think about it, it does make sense. That could be, because he was going on like how like no one likes him. He's a outcast. He was saying he doesn't like him. I don't know. I just feel like he lured Ryu into a spot where he would die. He's trying to split them up. I mean, again, it's a stretch, but I don't know. I guess Agumon isn't here. We're still almost there. Oh, hey, Kaido, what are you doing over here? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to intrude on you guys or anything. Hey, come on. You're one of us now. No need to hang back. If only I'd seen through her disguise sooner, things might have ended up like wouldn't have ended up like that. It's not like it was all your fault. Everyone else got tricked too. None of us blame you, Kaido. Well, I still feel bad about it, okay? I've been acting so selfishly this whole time, only thinking of myself. But I only did it because I thought it would be the one to pay the price. I would be the one to pay the price. I couldn't do anything back there, even though it was me who got Ryu into that mess. I mean, he got himself into the mess. The guy was simping for his mum. Literally, I'll never forgive myself. No, Kaido, it wasn't your fault. There was nothing anyone could have done. That's right. It was out of our hands. Still, I wanted to apologize. I feel like there was more I could have done. So sorry. I've always considered Kaido brash and thoughtless, but really, he's a good guy. With a strong sense of what's right, surprisingly honest, and even common sense. You're a good guy. You're really honest. Rather good guy. You know, Kaido, you're actually a good guy. Huh? What's this now? Well, you thought something was wrong, and you apologize, right? When it comes down to it, you're concerned about what happened to us. So I figured you might be alright. No, I don't know, I just don't want anyone else getting caught up in my problems. That's all I'm saying. You're such a liar. Anyway, enough about me. You sure the others are gonna show up? Because I'm not waiting past noon. Okay, I got it already. Man, I shouldn't even be wasting my time talking like this. Huh? Now he's angry? Why? I'm sure it's just a cover. And he's really feeling embarrassed. What a liar. Hey, I can hear you. And I'm serious about not wasting time. We got enemy monsters and weird fog out there. Yeah, he's right. We've got no end of this. We've got no end of things to be concerned about right now. But no. But yeah, that reminds me. What were those creepy hands that came out of the fog? That's been bugging me too. Dracmon, do you know any of do you or any of the others know anything? I'm not really sure myself. I see the hands look familiar, but I don't know the Digimon. I think what I'm thinking of is the Digimon that I thought the spider was, but I forget its name. We'll find out if it ends up being the Digimon I think it is. Oh, I'll let you know that which one I'm thinking of. Anyway, I don't know. Sorry. Well, that's okay. You were trying to cheer me up the only way you knew how. Thanks. Whatever else is true. Kaido and Dracmon make a good team. But for real, man, the heck is this? I can get some whack-ass text, but I can't send anything back to anyone? You too, huh, Kaido? You mean I'm not the only one? Yeah, everyone else too. We were thinking of heading to the radio tower, actually. What? And leave Miu all by lonesome? We gotta hurry and save her. Well, man, you said we'd wait around until noon, right? Yeah. Is there anything in the closet? There's always something in the closet. Nope. Something here? Yeah, there's something here. It's gonna be a dirty food, as always. What's this, a Digimon hiding in the corner? I doubt it. There's never a Digimon. What's this? Oh, Amulet Acorn. Okay. That's new. Or at least along the lines of new. Stage, I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, no. Alright, 4 more left. We haven't really... Oh, this counts as something. Seeing what the hourglass means. This one's no good. What about this one? Oh, over here. Oh, over there. Yes, I think this could be it. I bet Takuma and the others will love this. Yeah, I think I'll head a little further out. I mean, that feels like a bad idea. That feels like a really bad idea. No sign of Vagabond here. Where could he have wandered off to? I mean, my guy is just going on a detour. Anything here? Yep. We're gonna get jumped by something at this point. What is it? Oh, a muscly carrot. Okay. I'm gonna see if there's anything else around here. No. Well, I can click on this school now, so okay, there's nothing here. There. Wait, why is Floramon with... Why is Floramon with him? Yes, Agumon isn't here. Hey, stop scrolling now, yeah? God, I'm never going to be able to click on this. There we go, finally got there. Hey, Floramon, what are you doing here? Oh, hey, Takuma, can you feel that? Feel what? Over there. Isn't that where the shrine is? Yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure, but I think there's something over there. I can feel it. It's some sort of strange power. I wonder what it could be. Agumon. I wouldn't know. Well, it's really bothering me. Are Floramon and the others sensing something as us humans can't? Anyway, what brings you here, Takuma? Oh, well, Kato asked me to get everyone together. He says if we're not all in the cafeteria by noon, he'll go off Mio by himself. So I'm sure everyone's still shaken after what happened with Ryo and Kunimon, but yes, I see what you're saying. We should start looking for Miyu. After all, I can understand how Kaito must feel. We can't just sit here and stew. I need to pull myself together. Really? You seem like you're in pretty good shape to me. I could be doing better. I need to be doing better. Or I'm worried I won't be able to protect Saki. Saki's like that too. She may seem well put together, but sometimes I get very worried. Pay close attention with you looking out for her. I'm sure she'll be fine. Really? Well, if that's what you think, Takuma, maybe things will be alright. Thanks for listening to me, Takuma. Don't mention it. I'm glad I could help out. Alright, see you later then. Well, one thing I can point out, that is where my boy is. Agumon's over at the shrine, so Agumon might be in trouble. Are you still not ready to go? What's taking so long? I'm working on letting everyone know. Besides, you said wait until noon. I'd rather not be waiting at all. And we all know that. But don't try to rush people too much. All that stuff with Ryu hit everyone harder than I'd realized. Makes sense to me. They probably all realize the same thing could happen at to any of them. It's not so easy to get over something like that. Until last night, none of us fully realized just how dangerous things could be. Probably deep down, none of us thought we'd actually die. We thought we'd be resurrected. Mio's out there right now on her own in a dangerous place like this. It's not Mio, I think. Miyu. This ain't Xenoblade. What am I doing? I don't have time for this. Hey, wait. Are you just going to go charging out there again? Think about what happened yesterday. We couldn't let the same thing happen to Miyu. So I'm going. Even if it has to be alone. It's like you haven't learned anything. Kaito, wait. No, I've waited long enough. This is bad. He might actually leave this time. I need to convince him to stop. But it has to be good, or he won't listen. Should I say we need to help? We need his help too, or maybe I should try to stop him by force. Persuade him. Appeal for help. By force if need be. I mean, I feel like a force is not... Let's just go persuade him. I'm sure we can persuade him. It's like I said before, anything could happen out there. I can't let you go on your own. It's not safe. I can take care of myself, okay? Besides, I'll have Dracmon with me. It sounds like Kaito trusts Dracmon more than I realize. But wait, there's a problem. If that's how he feels, how can I convince him to stay? Yeah, you should know, Kaito. I'm with Takuma on this one. What? I thought you said before you'd come with me. Only as a last resort, if you rush out of here. Besides, you never know what you'll find when you're looking for Miyu. Better to have help. Yeah, sure, but... Looks like Kaito is starting to calm down again, thanks to Dracmon. One more point might do it. Kaito, think of how Miyu would feel if anything would happen to you. That's the way that... Alright, fine. Besides, I did say I'd wait until noon. Leaving before then really shouldn't be right. Exactly, that's some good thinking of you. I'll be honest, someone like Dracmon you think would be conniving and like trickstery, he's honestly quite level-headed. He's like Hawkmon. He's smart. He seems very mature for one that looks like he would play a lot of pranks. Hey, you didn't have to add that. Let's all work together and find Miyu. You're right, Takuma. Thanks. I'm sorry, Takuma. Kaido tends to act without thinking. Oh, shut up. Guess we'll go back here. We've got one more spot to talk to. God, this whole talking's gone for 40 minutes. Oh my lord. Oh, this is where I need to go. Where am I supposed to go? Oops, I didn't mean to go to the woods. Oh, we're going to the woods now. I want to, like, can I... Look at all the map we have now. No, the top part to it. I'm going to the shrine. Man, I sure have come a long way looking for Agumon. I doubt he'd have gone much further than this. I think I hear something. There he is. That's him. What's he doing humming to himself out here? Hey, Agumon. Oh, it's just chilling. Hey, oh, Takuma. It's just you. You startled me. Sorry. What are you doing out here? Take a look at this. Oh, he came for meat. Oh, great. He's been searching for the dirty meat in the dirt. What is all this? All that? Well, I was thinking of what might cheer people up, and this is all the stuff I found. Wait, is that why you went running off? That's right. Remember what you told me? You said to cheer people up, I should do something for them I'd like done for my, for me. So I've been collecting stuff I thought would help make them feel better. Oh, it sounds like in his own way, Agumon was being really thoughtful. Thanks, Agumon. I'm sure everyone will love what you found. I hope so. It would make me really happy. He went hunting for meat. Of course, that's what he thought of. Everyone's probably in the cafeteria by now. I should head back. Poor little Lopmon. Oh good, you're all here. Well, how could we say no? You seem so desperate. You want to talk, you were a bundle of nerves until just now. Hey, you promised not to mention that. Mino was pretty upset before. He looks like he's in better shape now. Not to mention the others. See, I don't trust the little ghost kids. The girl's definitely dead, because she had exactly what happened to Ryu. If he died from it, she definitely died. But that kid, the guy, I keep forgetting his name. It's like Haku or Haki or whatever it is, Huki, something like that. He went into a different portal. We know that. He didn't go into the same portal she did. There's something with him. I reckon maybe there's a deal he made or something, that if you lure these kids in, you can get your sister back or something. I don't know. There's something not quite right about them. We're going to find out eventually. Sorry to make you worry about me all the time, Takuma. I'm feeling better now. Yeah, you really bounced back. Good, I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure it was because of you, Takuma. Haru, Miyuki. Thanks for coming. Yeah, see, I don't trust Haru. This is the way he was talking to Ryu. Looks like. Anyway, sure. About us going to rescue Miyu. Right. Let me just start by saying something. I really didn't want to get you all involved in this, but thanks. Well, did you guys hear that? I think Kaido actually showed some appreciation for just now. You know, no need to be sarcastic. That's right, Kaido was just being sincere. No need to make fun of him for that. Mino can't take anything seriously, can he? What? Don't you get it? I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Yeah, and everyone is really upset right now. Though sometimes Mino can go too far. Listen, Kaido, you don't have any reason to feel like you're dragging us into this. Yeah, we all want to rescue Miyu anyway. If anything, I think we owe you an apology. We all knew you were anxious to start looking for Miyu, so it took so long. No, it's cool. After what happened yesterday, I get it. Anyway, I'll go, will you help me out? You bet. Hey, shut up. Stay in the class. Take Ryu's spot. Sit in the classroom. Look, given the situation, I hate to bring this up, but you are serious. Are you serious about this? Shuji, what's that supposed to mean? Exactly what it sounds like. You know how dangerous it is out there. Remember the enemy monster, the strange fog? What's to say Miu hasn't already wound up like Ryu? Shuji, how could you even say that? I'm just trying to look at this objectively. So you're saying Miu's objectively doomed? How dare you? Hey, hit him! I won't blame you if you hit him. Swing. Hey, you mean you hit the bitch from yesterday? You can hit Ryu. Shuji, I mean. Hey, no need to get so violent. Don't forget, we're all just kids here. I'm scared. I don't know. Sorry. But what you're saying is the one thing I will not accept. I have my responsibility for the lives of everyone here. I'm the leader. It's up to me to weigh the options and make the most prudent. I mean, he says that, but every time there's a multiple selection, I'm the one selecting it. He hasn't made any decisions on his own. Don't give me that. You're just looking for an excuse to cover up your own cowardice. Kaido, stop. That's enough. I'm not a coward. No, you are. I'm on Kaido's side. Maybe you're hot-headed like you can't see it, but as the oldest one here, I have a responsibility. Shuji, please, you shouldn't stop too. Shut up. Not another word. See, Shuji, please, try not to get so worked up. Kaido has his own responsibility. He's Miu's older brother. That's why he's so depressed. Or desperate. I don't know, so I hadn't thought of that. I just can't stand how he just hates on Lotmon so much. If he didn't hate on Lotmon like so aggressively, I wouldn't have an issue with him. Oh my god, I want to kick him in the head. As if a spineless creep like you could ever understand how I feel. You have no idea how much responsibility goes into being an old big brother. Now you're calling me irresponsible. Yep. Oh, we're never going to get anywhere in this if this keeps up. I don't like it when everybody fights like this. Yeah, me neither. I know I should stop this argument before it goes on much longer, but how? Just side with Kaido? Respect Shuji? Man, I'm going with Kaido. Fuck Shuji. I don't want to stay anything with him. Hey, if we keep going out there, hey, if the fog's coming, I'm pushing him into it. Or try to enlist help from somebody else. Not even a debate. Shuji, don't you think we should give Kaido a hand here? You're saying you're fine with risking everyone's lives, or I'm willing to risk your life. Of course not, but we can't just leave Miu out there. Besides, even if we decide not to go, Kaido will go off on his own. It's what I was planning from the start, and I've got no problem going back to that. I'll find Miu alone if I have to. Oh, quit saying you'll do it alone. For the 100th time, I'll go with you. Shuji, do you really intend to let Kaido and Dracmon go out there by themselves? No, that's not an option either. Forget it. I know I asked for your help, but it's not worth all this trouble. So long, I've got to go. I'm out of here. Stop going off on your own. Out of my way. Hit him. Come on. Shuji, Kaido, both of you enough. What? Hey, hit him. Well, she sure shut them down. Yes, that was quite impressive. I didn't realize Aoi could get so loud. What is the point of you two fighting like this? We're wasting time. Kaido is fighting with Shuji going to help rescue Miu. Oh, he's fighting with Shuji. Well, no, but Shuji, you keep talking about how dangerous it is. But do you never intend to leave? I didn't say that. Obviously we need to find Miu, but we also need to try and find a way home at least. That's what I think. Huh? Why did Aoi get so quiet all of a sudden? Yeah, she was really picking up steam there, but then I guess she got self-conscious. You got nothing to be ashamed of, Aoi. That was incredible just now. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so carried away. No, Aoi, you were right. I'm sorry. Me too. Sorry, I kind of lost it. Oh, sounds like we're going to rescue Miu. Mio? Who gave you the final say? What? Somebody had to say it, right? So, where did we go? Where did we go? I think yesterday we decided to check the amusement park. Right, according to that Tentamon guy, after Miyu got away from Arachnimon, that's where she was headed. Tentamon was the one who said it was the shiny place, right? The shiny place, it sounds lovely. Because, honestly, Floramon's like me. If I saw anything shiny, I get sidetracked easily. But are we sure that's where she went? No, not a doubt in my mind. She's always loved amusement parks. So if she suddenly appeared, she suddenly realized one was here, she'd head straight for it. And there was a giant ring in the shiny place. It looks really cool. Besides, everybody knows kids are crazy about amusement parks. I bet you both like them too, right, Haru? Miyuki? I don't know. I know. What? You gotta be kidding me. You don't know? Does that mean they've never been to an amusement park? Well, it sounds like she's probably at the amusement park. We better get going. Bye everyone, good luck. Oh no, I don't think so. You're both coming with us. Again? Why? Because we can't just leave you on your own, knowing there are monsters kidnapping children. Isn't that right, everyone? Yeah, no objections from me. Me neither. Okay. But do we know the way to the amusement park? We saw it from the radio tower yesterday. Finding it won't be a problem. I'm pretty sure there's a path through the forest that leads in that direction. Right, so we just gotta get through the forest. I'll take point. You guys stay close. What's he sighing about? Actually, that reminds me. He was acting kind of weird. Thank you! I'm not the only one noticing it. He was. Hey Haru. What? About yesterday, what happened exactly? Miyuki's always kind of strange, but something Haru just seems off. Like he suddenly says something mature or acts like he's seen through things. I'm not really sure, sorry. Okay, sorry if I bothered you. Is he not aware of it himself? Hey Takuma, Haru, Miyuki, hurry up or you'll get left behind. Oh, yeah, wait up. As I said, the kids are sus. Come on, you two. We need to hurry. Miyuki, let's go. Go. I mean, she's definitely dead. She got pulled in the same hands as Bangmon and everyone else. Where are we going? Back in the forest. Yeah, look at that. They're like being trapped in here through time because their clothes like old-fashioned as hell. And I feel like we've been walking forever and still we're not at the amusement park. It looks a lot closer from up on that tower yesterday. Yeah, are we sure this is even the right way? You think I don't know where I'm going? Hey, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying we could have gotten lost. It is difficult to maintain your sense of direction in the forest. Do you want me to see if there's another way? If you try it and get lost, we'll be in twice as much trouble. Oh, yeah. Dude, this is... I mean, this is like the nicest thing we're probably going to get out of him towards Lotmon. This is too much. I'm really starting to get tired. Saki, you alright? Should we stop to rest? We don't got time to rest. We've got to keep moving. Yeah, the sun will set before we're out of the forest at this rate. Sorry, my sister and I can't walk very fast. Sorry. It's not your fault. I think we're all a bit tired. You can say that again, Kaido, Drachmon. Try to be more considerate. Sorry. Well, we gotta keep moving, don't we? Takuma, are you sure we should keep going like this? Actually, I'm starting to get a little worried about that myself. Should we keep on like this or try to find another way? Or do we just turn back? Definitely think we should turn back. Turn back here. Press on like this. I think we should find another way, if anything. I don't think we should turn back. I think we should find another way. We could turn back and try to find another way. No, I don't think that's a good idea. If we start trying to go every which way, that just makes us more likely to get lost. How are things better if we keep pressing on and never getting to an amusement park? No, we're going the right way. That makes what makes you for sure? Instinct. You know, I'm impressed you can say that with a straight face. Hey, standing around arguing like this isn't only going to wear us out more. We should keep moving. Just at a slower pace. Yeah, sure, whatever you say, boss. Whatever it is, he's trying pretty, he seems pretty irritated. Try not to antagonize him too much. Yeah. He's always complaining about something. Oh, look, we're back here. Well, we finally made it out of the forest, but would you look at that? There's still no sign of an amusement park. I don't think I've ever been here before. I wonder if there's any neat stuff around. Okay, we were here yesterday. Hello? Okay, listen, I don't think I can keep this up for much longer. Saki, you don't look so good. Hold on to me. You're gonna get crushed. I think maybe we'd better take a break. Yes, considering that we may still have a way to go, a short rest seems unavoidable. Try telling that to those two. Shuji and Kaido are both pressing on with no signs of slowing down. I can understand why Kaido would be in a hurry, but why Shuji? Shuji, my legs are sore. Just shut up and keep walking. Shuji, no need to be so harsh. Yeah, she's right. Besides, we're all pretty wiped out. Well, I hadn't planned on resting until we'd reached the amusement park, but maybe. Sounds like even Shuji's starting to waver. Waver? Wait, I think it's waver. Should we stop for a break or press on? I would kind of like to look around here. I say we take a break. Yeah, I think we should stop for a rest. That might be for the best, huh? I wasn't expecting to hear that from you, Kaido. Well, just look over there. Huh? She's asleep. Miki, you fell asleep. Yeah, she's out like a light. I guess she's pretty hard to argue with that. Yeah. Fine, alright, let's stop for a break. How does she keep falling asleep lying up? Standing up, not lying up. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any sign of that fog nearby. Yeah, I don't sense anything scary like that. No complaints here. No complaints, Kai? Nah. Finally, I'm so tired. Saki, you alright? Miyuki, hurry, would you like to rest here with us too? Sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's still asleep. Oh. Did that wake them up? No, I think they were just walking with their eyes closed. Guess we really wore them out. Well, it was perhaps too harsh a journey for two young. Maybe. But it's not like we could have left them behind. Speaking of harsh, there's someone else I'm worried about too. You mean Lopmon? I'm sorry, Shuji, I wound up slowing you down, right? Shut up and get some rest. You won't be stopping again until we get to the park. Okay. I feel so sorry with my little Lopmon. Man, it sounds like he's still gonna have it rough between here and the amusement park. But anyway, I'd better get some rest. Can the fog just take Shuji? Leave Lopmon. I cannot stand it how much he just shit talks Lopmon. The thing is so innocent. I know they're on break, but maybe I should talk to them. I don't want to talk to any of these idiots. Who are we talking to? Alright, well I think we're going to leave this off here. I know there hasn't really been... Actually, there hasn't been any battles, but considering the last couple of episodes we've had a lot of battles, this is probably just going to be a small little episode of just getting on. I mean, we're starting... The reason I'm stopping now, because I feel like when we get to the amusement park, that's when we're going to have a big battle, and I don't want to draw on another video that's going to be like 2 hours. So I'm going to take my chances here now. I'm going to stop it here. We're going to pick this up again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to... I know, we might even be able to finish chapter 4 tomorrow, depending how long it takes. I just don't want to have another video over 2 hours. Like, that was annoying yesterday, but I couldn't do anything about it. There was nowhere to save it. But anyway, that being said, without all the battles, I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit more laid back. We were just more getting to working up to probably what's going to be a big battle against Arachnamon again. But yeah, as I said before, I still think... I mean, even Takuma... Oh my god, you just go too fast. I can't even click on you. Even Takuma said, Kid acting sauce. Kid is acting extremely sus. I don't know. See, after Kunimon died, I mean, Kunimon and before they died, as I said, it really looked like he pushed him. It looks like he was trying to split them up. And it was just going on about like, no one likes you, you're annoying, I don't like you, so on, so on, so on. It looks like he's trying to split them up. He did really seem a lot different. Again, I could be completely just taking a shot at the dark here, but it really does seem like there's something sus with him. And I also wonder if the same thing is with the professor. Thinking back at it, if he's maybe like the mastermind behind it. Oh god, this controller is pissing me off. But yeah, oh, I opened up the camera somehow. But yeah, that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this episode. We will pick this up again tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button on the videos live, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of this and Xenoblade. So until then, take care and peace out.